If you want to know the best spots to farm rosary beads in mid-game, you are in the right place. I've spent dozens of hours hunting and optimizing these 5 farming methods so I can give you the fastest and most efficient spots that will not waste your precious time. Following these methods will let you earn a crazy amount of 6,000 to a whopping 7,000 plus of rosary beads per hour for your buying needs. Like for example, the early coral chamber spot allows you to hunt castle guards located very close to a bench. This is the earliest spot that you can access when you arrive in the citadel if you decide to farm here and don't want to change location. There are no special requirements for unlocking the bench, and I'm showing the actual location on the screen right now for your convenience. The farming build doesn't require any specific offensive tool for this method, but I'm using the Wanderer Crest as my main loadout with long pin when doing my runs. While Poly Pouch is a staple in all of the methods on this list, so your tools can inflict poison, making our runs faster because of poison's added damage over time. The bar bracelet is an absolute must as well for more damage per second, and you don't need to worry about increased damage taken since we are just farming for rosary beads. Equip the magnetic brooch since drops tend to fall off in this specific spot, and the brooch will make your life easier. Another non-negotiable tool is the shard pendant, which makes enemies drops more shards so we can sustain our tool usage for this fight. My needle when I optimize this spot is just +1 or the sharpened needle, and as always, I've linked all of the item locations that I use in this build in the description for your location needs. Start the actual run by heading outside the bench area. Hit the first flying guard with a long pin so we can inflict it with poison, and do a normal attack on the second guard below you. You can hit the next enemy with at least 2 more long pins, then you can use at least 1 to 2 silk spears to quicken the run, but I suggest sticking to 1 use only since you can maintain your silk charges if you perform 2 silk spears every run. Then after using the silk spear, use the normal attacks to finish all targets. But the key thing here is trying to lure all targets to the main platform that we are on so we can avoid any wasted beasts that may fall on the nearby spikes. Once all of the targets are dead, head back to the bench to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each run usually lasts around 25 to 30 seconds with loading times included and gives you as much 47 beads per run, assuming you followed my strategy and got all of the drop beads, while giving you 8 to 12 shards per run, allowing you to sustain the long pins shard cost. We are using 3 long pins for each run, and that will only cost us 12 shards in total. Even if you consistently get 8 shards per run, it will take a while for you to run out. Do this method for an hour and we are looking at a 5,600 plus to 6,700 worth of rosary beads per hour. There are random factors involved in this run which I hate since we are dealing with 2 flying enemies, plus the combat field is not ideal, but nonetheless it is a decent farming spot. But of course, all of these spots are already at mid-game, and if you are looking for the best spots to grind rosary beads as early as possible, I've linked my top 3 early spots in the description, or find it by clicking the card here. But what if you prefer a much more stable spot to grind? The Grand Beltway spot will do the trick for you. This spot will allow you to farm ground-type castle guards located near a bench area. By just progressing in the story or in the citadel, you will never miss this location where a bee station is also located, and I'm showing you the location on the screen right now. We are following the same idea for the build, but this time, we are using Pimpelo as the main offensive tool, and I just replaced the magnetic brooch with Silk Speed Anklet for faster running speed. Now that the build is ready, start the run by running to your left. Just outside the bench area, throw a single Pimpelo bomb on the 2 castle guards to damage and poison them. After the explosion, finish both targets with normal attacks and get all of the enemy drops before heading to the bench to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Another method that you can use instead is to cast at least 1 silk spear and end both targets with normal attack. You'll be getting your silk charges back by just doing normal attacks when ending both targets. Each run usually lasts around 18 to 20 seconds with reset loading times included, and it gives you 29 rosary beads and 9 to 11 shards per run. Each use of Pimpelo bomb always requires 13 shards, so the Pimpelo method is sustainable. Do either method for an hour and we are looking at 5,800 beads per hour. Now someone will ask me, "Hey Samurai, the gains from the previous spot are better. Why is this spot placed higher than the previous one?" It is because this spot requires little to no effort to farm and can potentially gives you more beads per hour compared to the early coral chamber farm if you continue messing up the key enemies there. The previous spot has 2 flying enemies with near timber spikes in the area, so if you don't want to deal with other factors like that, then this spot is for you. If you're getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Join our Discord server and discuss role-playing games such as this, and I appreciate your support. The list goes spicier from here, and the Graymore spot is back as one of the best mid-game spots in the game, especially when optimized with the tools that can improve your gains by a lot. You all know this spot by now, and it will allow you to farm traveling pilgrims located near a bench area in Graymore. You will never miss the key bench for this method, but I am still showing the exact location on the screen right now. There were no changes made in the build, and we are still using the Pimpalo Bomb as our main damaging tool for this method, and you can also use the long pin as well. Start the actual run by heading towards the right exit of the inn. Dash and enter the tunnel and cast a Pimpalo Bomb to hit as many targets as you can. You will be hitting at least 2 pilgrims in a single bomb. Take out the surviving pilgrims with normal attacks, and not for long, they will all go down in no time. Make sure to get all of the drops and dash and return to the bench to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Or what you can do instead is equip the long pin and throw at least 3 consecutive pins to easily take out the 3 pilgrims, as easy as that. If you are wondering why I didn't suggest using the Silk Spear to take out our key targets, it is because it is not sustainable. Don't rely on your Silk Spear even though it is much faster, since after a few runs, you will not be able to use it, slowing you down in the process. But hey Samurai, I can just ask for the innkeeper for extra silk charges to keep me going, right? Well, this is true, but it makes the run not worth doing because of the time the dialogue will require. Stick to the Pimpalo or the long pin strategy, and it will give you stable runs and income. Each run takes lightning fast 15 to 17 seconds with reset loading times included, and gives you 29 Rosary Beads and 13 to 16 shards per run, which is enough to sustain the Pimpalo or long pin shards cost per run. Do this consistently for an hour, and we are looking at a stable almost 7k plus Rosary Beads per hour. Pretty nice gains right there, especially since this method requires little to no effort. But what if you simply want more cash per hour and are sick of the Graymore spot after a million runs? The High Hall entrance spot in the Citadel will solve your problems. A spot that will allow you to farm roaming castle guards near the High Hall entrance bench area. You will have access to this spot after defeating the initial boss in the Cogware core area, so you can access the top left area of the Citadel, which is part of the main story. Moving to the actual method, since there were no changes in the build. Start the actual method by dashing to your right. Follow the long hallway and quickly toss in a Pimpalo, and your goal is to hit the first 2 enemies with the explosion. Then do a normal attack, follow up with a cast of a Silk Spear. Then finish the castle guard with normal attacks to regain your silk charges, making this method sustainable. Head back to the bench to reset the run, rinse and repeat. If you prefer a different method on the other hand, use the long pin instead. Toss in 3 consecutive long pins to poison all of the targets and damage them with piercing attacks. Then take out all of the enemies with normal attacks before resetting the run. Each run usually lasts around 22 to 24 seconds with reset loading times included, and it gives you 43 Rosary Beads and 12 to 15 shards per run. 3 casts of long pins only requires 12 shards, while 13 shards are required for the bomb. Do this method consistently for an hour, and we are looking at a great amount of 7k plus worth of Rosary Beads per hour. But what if I told you that you can get even more beads per hour better than this? The White Ward entrance spot allows you to hunt more and bigger castle guards in the Citadel, located near the White Ward elevator with a bench beside it. This spot can give you a whopping 7,500 plus of beads per hour, and that is a lot. But the tricky part is unlocking this place. First, you need to get the white key to unlock our farming area, and this key is located in Songclave from a dead body where I'm standing on right now. I'm also showing the location of Songclave on the screen right now, so you will not have a hard time locating it. If the dead body is not around because the place was built up, you can simply access the nearby quest board and accept the Wandering Merchant quest. After accepting the quest, head to the location that I'm showing on the screen right now to find and rescue the merchant. After rescuing the merchant, head back to Songclave and you can buy the white key from our guy here. I don't have it showing here since I got the key from the dead body when I first arrived in the area. After getting the key, head to the location that I'm showing you right now, which is our key farming area and also the location where you can use the key. use the key to unlock the elevator, and also have access to the bench near your current location. Before starting the run, I've updated the build by upgrading my needle to Shining Needle or a +2 weapon upgrade. If you are following the guide so far, you already have access to Cogware Core, and then you can also access Whispering Bolts, where you can get the Pale Oil upgrade material to upgrade your weapon. For us to save time, I've linked the exact direction of how to get to the Whispering Bolts and get the Pale Oil upgrade material in the description for your convenience. You're not required to do this and you can dive straight to the actual farming method, but getting the weapon upgrade will greatly make the runs easier and faster. We will be using the Pimpelo again as our main damage tool, and the rest are your usuals. Start the actual method by dashing to your left. Damage the first 2 castle guards with a silk spear, then finish both targets with normal attacks. Enter the long hallway to the left and quickly toss in a bomb on the 3 roaming castle guards. Usually the explosion will hit 2 targets, and after doing so, take all of them out with normal attacks. Get all of the drops and head back to the bench to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each run usually takes around 30 to 32 seconds with reset loading times included, and gives you a total of 63 Rosary Beads and 21 to 23 shards per run, which can sustain your Pimpelo bombs more than enough to the point that you can use 2 of them. Do this consistently for an hour and we are looking at a whopping 7,500 plus worth of Rosary Beads per hour. Truly the best spots of mid-game, but what if you are looking for the best overall spots in the entire game? Click on this video and I will catch you on the next one.